So in this video today, we are going to do a little quiz that I like to call, should I fire this employee? So here's a scenario. About 6 months ago, you hired a entry-level production employee into your business and started off, it was a great hire. About the first 6 weeks, things were clipping along, or at least it seemed like that. And about the 6 week mark, there started to be some tardies. They were coming into work late. And then about the 2.5 month, 3 month mark, started having some no-shows. They just didn't show up to work. And when they did show up to work, they were not in good spirits. There was a lot of conflict going on. And then about the 5 month mark, this employee had a huge blowout fight with their supervisor. The supervisor comes into your office and says that they want this employee terminated. You have another employee that said, well, you know what, maybe this person is salvageable, maybe not. And then you've got a lot of grumbling in the department in general. This employee starts becoming really negative, starts really pointing fingers and said it's everybody else's fault. And you're at a point now that you've spent a lot of time trying to get this person up to speed. Can they be salvaged? Yes or no? I want you to go ahead, and after we're done here in just a second, I want you to pause the video, and I want you to ask yourself, if you're by yourself, take a few minutes to think this through. Would I keep this employee to try to turn them around, or should I terminate them? And if you're with some other people, go ahead and pause the video, maybe talk amongst yourselves. So take a minute. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and tell me what your answer is. Welcome back. So, what is the answer? The answer is you terminate the employee. You cannot have them hanging around creating problems. But here's the ultimate question, and the even bigger picture is, what did my lack of management or bad management do to let it go this far? Because here's the thing, is that I've been doing this for 20 plus years, and typically people just don't come in as bad apples. In many respects, they're almost trained to be bad apples. And that's probably because that there is critical elements that are missing in getting this employee up to speed. So there's a 3-step concept that we talk about, is that there's 3 steps before you fire somebody. Number 1, you make sure that they are trained properly. The second one is they're transferred if possible. And then the third one is finally to terminate. So let's talk about training. Question is that do you have an onboarding process in your business? Now, some people will say, oh, I have an orientation process. They're 2 totally different things. An orientation process is, okay, here's your locker, here's your tools, here's your manuals, here's this, here's that, and basically, oh, here's your team members, here's how to get from here to there in the building. That is an orientation. Onboarding is actually focused training on getting that person totally up to speed through a formalized process that gives them the skills to be successful. So the question is that do you have a training system that you can put people through in order for them to be successful? What does that look like? Do they have a step-by-step process to learn certain things in their position? Do you have proficiency standards that they have to meet within a certain time frame to continue their employment? Do you have somebody who is going to help them achieve those proficiency standards? You see, you have to treat training as an investment, not an expense. The biggest hidden cost factor in any business is employee turnover. I can tell you right now, there's been so many times that I've taken a look at labor costs, and if you would just retain employees at a 50% greater clip, you would dramatically reduce your labor costs. But a lot of employees are scared to spend a lot of time on what might be considered unproductive work on training an employee because they're not making you any money. But here's the thing is that always remember this adage: if you train them and they go somewhere else, okay, but what if you don't train them and they stay? That's not good. So we need to treat training as an investment. Now, let's say you have gone ahead and you actually adequately trained that employee and they're still having a challenge. Let's look at transfer. So are they just misplaced in your company? We typically see this a lot of times for somebody who was put into a customer service position when they really should be in a production position, or vice versa. We think that they're good with customers and they're not. Or we've got a person in production who loves to talk and loves to socialize and slows down production. Maybe they need to be put into some sort of customer service position. You need to really assess somebody's inherent skill sets. Who are they at their core and what are they designed to do? And then the third thing is, are they willing to accept a transfer? Is this something that they would like to do and you promise that you're going to help them, or is it just something that they don't want to do? Finally, if we transfer them and they're still not working out, then we terminate them. This is where we help them be a success somewhere else, because here's the thing: employees are not inherently bad. We have either hired the wrong person for the job, they don't fit us culturally, or what's probably more prominently true is that we have bad management or no management, and we as business owners have to work on being better managers and therefore better leaders. So, what does this all mean? Is that you need to really look at how you bring an employee on board. Are we hiring the right person for the position? Are we onboarding them? Do we have a developed and refined training system with proficiency standards, and we're treating hiring and employment as an investment rather than an expense? So I want you to now to take a look at your employees and look at your training and development standards and ask yourself, am I not retaining employees because I'm not hiring the right person? And then are they not being developed properly? Onboarding process, training system, proficiency standards. If you need to take a look at what do I as a manager of a business need to do to improve my systems to make sure that I'm retaining employees, why don't you go ahead and put yourself in for a 15-minute chat. We'll talk a little bit about what you need to do to keep your employees, making sure that they are properly onboarded and trained. What does that look like for you as a business owner, so that you can help these employees be successful and lower your own employee costs? Look forward to working with you on this. Take care.